Google's definition of what it means to dabble is to take part in an activity in a casual or superficial way. Dabbling gets a bad reputation because people associate it with not following through with something that you started. We're expected to pick one thing and stick with it. It doesn't matter if it's a career or a hobby. You'll get labeled a quitter or be considered unreliable. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 different strategies to finding your next job, starting with my least favorite, and I'm sure most of you will agree with me, that finding your purpose is stressful as f***. I'm sure you've heard the questions, have you found your purpose? Or what is your passion? Or have been told to just figure out your why and the answers will follow. I call bullshit. These are such loaded statements. I don't know what my purpose is. I feel like my purpose changes every 20 minutes. Not really, but kind of. I tend to get excited about trying new things, but then get overwhelmed by the feeling of having to, 1, be good at it from the start, and 2, stick with it. What if I don't like it? Some people have been fortunate enough to figure this stuff out, but for others like myself, these loaded questions can make even a happy person start questioning themselves, leaving them filled with anxiety and doubt. Maybe you don't feel the need to find a job that's tied to a passion or purpose, and that's okay. If you prefer a job search strategy with slightly less gray area, maybe skip the passion and purpose for now. Another approach to finding your dream job that people have taken is to think of the different career paths that you've heard of, do a little research, and decide if you could see yourself doing that thing for 40 hours a week. When I was looking for my current job, I reflected on what I did and didn't like about my previous jobs, and then made a list so that I'd have a filter for finding jobs and for saying no to others. And I have to say, I'm happy with my choice. The career advice book, What Color is Your Parachute, recommends this approach. The idea is that people already know what they want, they just need help verbalizing it. But the issue with these first 2 approaches is that us humans aren't the best at figuring out what makes us happy. I talked about this in my article, How to Get Detached from the Path You're On, and I'll include a link in the description. The problem is that we try to stay on a path that gives us the sense of having the life we're supposed to have. And this leads us to choosing careers that we think will put us on that path, but then we still end up unhappy. While creating a filter for my job search helped me to not waste time interviewing with companies that I ultimately wouldn't be interested in, the approaches in What Color is Your Parachute didn't help me explore or think outside the box. I was searching more in the trending industries instead of thinking about what my interests really are. Because the fact is, people have all kinds of passions, big passions, small passions, various interests, and they'll forever continue to evolve as we go through life's different phases. And that's okay. The goal is to give ourselves the opportunity to explore. From now on, let's define dabbling as the act of experimenting to find our strengths, needs, and values so that we can discover the things that bring us joy and lead us to happiness. Spoiler alert, this can change over time. That's why I believe in welcoming life transitions. Let's move away from having to stick with something that's making us unhappy so that people don't think we're unreliable and quitters. If you try it and don't like it, or don't want to be forced to do that one thing for the rest of your life, it's okay. Here's the last tip and my new personal favorite job search approach. Try something new and put the Dabbler life into practice. If you're thinking of a career change or are considering looking for your next job opportunity, give dabbling a try. Pursue some interests, consider exploring your authentic self, dig around to discover what intrinsically motivates you outside of the current life that you have. It can help you spark ideas for what companies or industries to look in, and consider a role different from what you do now if you need that change. Or maybe you're looking to spice up your current role. Dabble a little at work and see how you can add some variety in your work life. You don't have to quit your job to do these things, just try to have fun with it. There's a dabbler in all of us dying to come out. That's it for this video. Like the video if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments which job search approach you plan on taking and what you intend to dabble in.